Yeah, good morning, my people. Yes, it's Mr. Chooks of Canson's Farm. And if this is your first time of coming our way, um, here is a channel where I talk about catfishes and I give out knowledge, the little one that I have acquired in my own capacity. And here's my farm, Canson's Farms, where I rear catfishes. All right, I just want to share this with us. Remember, everything that I share here is my own practical experience. My own practical experience. So it is what I've done and have worked for me. So now, um, to my experience so far, to my practice so far, I want to talk about the time of feeding. Time of feeding. Now, first of all, if I get my fish, I feed twice in a day. I feed twice in a day. And at 3 months, if the fishes have come up like expected, from 3 months I feed once in a day. But if not, I will still continue on twice a day. That is that. Um Now, my time of feeding is that if I'm feeding twice in a day, uh I have discovered that it is wise for me to feed between 9 a.m. to 9:30. 9 a.m. to 9:30. So this is the right time that I feed and they feel okay. As I'm talking to you now is some minutes to 10, and I have fed my fish. They have just eaten. So you can see. Don't know if you can see it. This is a front camera. So they are now relaxed because they have already eaten. Don't know if you can see them. So that is it. I feed from 9 a.m. to 9:30. This is the time that I feed in the morning. Then in the evening, I feed from 6 p.m. to 6:30. 6 p.m. to 6:30. This is the time that I feed in the evening. Reason being that in the morning, I've discovered that if I happen to feed anything less than 9 p.m., let's say 9 a.m., anything less than 9 a.m., sorry, anything less than 9 a.m., like let's say 8, 7, especially that between 7 and 8, if I happen to feed this very time, if I come back by, let's say, 10, 11, if I drop feed, they will eat. They will still eat. So in that way, if I'm happens to be going somewhere, which means I have to feed and come back again and feed. But if I feed from 9 to 9:30, they get satisfied. But this time they are ready to eat. They get satisfied. Even if you come by three by between 1 to 3 p.m., if you drop feed, there will not be any response. Now, why I feed in the evening between 6 p.m. to 6:30 is that anytime I happens to feed by 4 p.m. 4 p.m. to 4:30, if I happen to come back like 7 to 8, if I drop feed, they eat very well, which means they were not yet prepared to eat as at that time. Like yesterday, because of service, I was going for a service and I decided, okay, in case I'm not able to come back, let me feed. And I fed around 4:30. That was because of service, because I don't do that. So after the service, I was able to come back and I fed around 7 p.m. Come and see the response. It was mad. But had it been I fed around 6 to 6:30, they would have been satisfied at once. So this is it. Then, if I'm feeding once in a day, I feed from 11 a.m. I feed from 11 a.m. This is the time I feed. If I'm feeding once in a day, I have to make sure that they are ready to eat like madly. So once they eat that once, if you like, come in the evening. If you like, come by 8 in the evening. There will be no response. Even the next morning, sir, if you want to feed very early, they will not respond to you. Why? They still have, because then their stomach, their intestine is big enough to accommodate enough feed. So at that time, I feed once in a day, and um, as from 11 a.m. That is when I am around. But when it happens to be Sundays and I'm feeding once in a day, I have to wait till after service till I do so, which may be after 12, 1 or so. So this is how I do my feeding, the perfect time I have adopted for my feeding. So if you like what we are doing and you want to follow up, we thank God for that. Please, if this is your first time of coming our way, please do us a favor by subscribing to this channel. If you like what we are doing, like our videos, share our videos. Very, very important. And if there is anything you would like us to discuss, you can reach me on 080-678-65115. I remain Mr. Choose of Kansas Farm. Till I come your way next time, remember bless.